Welcome to an introduction to Nuffield Farming Scholarships, part of the virtual Royal Highland Show 2021 offering. My name is Jenna Ross and I'm a 2018 Nuffield Farming Scholar from Aberdeenshire and chair of the Nuffield Scotland Regional Group. And today I'll be giving an introduction to Nuffield Farming Scholarships. But first, let's hear from Sir John Campbell as part of the Year of 1,000th Scholar celebrations and what Nuffield has meant to him.
John Campbell, I'm a diversified hill farmer, although our diversification is poultry, and we have 2 million laying hens. I realised how well the poultry farming was doing and applied and was successful in securing a Nuffield Farming Scholarship to study egg marketing in Europe and the UK. Quite the best experience I ever had in my life, and Nuffield has been the cornerstone of the success of our company, and the Nuffield Farming Scholarship gave me the confidence and helped me with the know-how to become a successful poultry farmer. Well, I met so many interesting people, which was a wonderful experience, and people that had been successful. And I thought, well, if they can do that, I can do that as well. And that proved to be a first-class education for me. After I completed my Nuffield Scholarship, I realised that I had to give something back to the community. Then I got involved in the Royal Highland Society. I was a director for many years and the vice president last year. We host quite a lot of farm visits. Some of them practical farmers, some of them young farmers who are at conferences locally and they come out for a visit. And we encourage them and we go and speak to them and they ask you, how did you get there? Why did you get there? And all the rest of it. Of course, I tell them that hard work gets you anywhere. Funny enough, you find Nuffield scholars leading the industry in many different fields. The contribution that Nuffield has given to British agriculture is away and above, beyond the call of duty.
So what is a Nuffield Farming Scholarship? Well, Nuffield Farming Scholarships Trust award approximately 20 individuals each year the opportunity to research a topic of interest in either farming, food, horticulture, or associated rural industries. A bursary of approximately £7,000 is given towards travel and subsistence costs associated with the research. And in addition, the Trust and your individual award sponsor will meet your travel and expenses in relation to the pre-study briefing and contemporary scholars conference, and this equates to the value of approximately £12,000. Scholars are able to travel anywhere in the world for a period of no less than 8 weeks to further their knowledge and understanding of their chosen topic. On return from the travels, they then have to write up a report, which is then submitted and published, and these findings and the means of conclusions and recommendations are then presented to industry at the annual Nuffield Farming Conference. You're also expected to use all means at your disposal to help spread the knowledge and understanding that you've gained from your scholarship to the wider industry and beyond. So why a Nuffield Farming Scholarship? Well, it's an opportunity for inspiring passion and potential in people. It's about building knowledge through global experiences. It's sharing new ideas. For us, it's about developing tomorrow's leaders, and it's about inspiring commitment to the industry. So who can apply for a Nuffield Farming Scholarship? Well, applicants must be from a farming, food, horticulture, rural associated industries, or in a position to influence those in these industries. Applicants must be aged between 22 and 45 years old, and that upper age limit is 45 years old on the 31st of July in the year of the application. There's no requirement for academic qualifications, but applicants will be already well established in their career and demonstrate a passion for the industry they work in and be out with 3 years post-tertiary education. Candidates must be resident in the UK and hold a UK passport or be working directly for UK agriculture. However, residents of Australia, Canada, France, Netherlands, New Zealand, the Republic of Ireland and Zimbabwe can apply for Nuffield Scholarship within the respective associations in their country. Scholarships are not awarded to anyone in full-time education or to further research projects. So to cover a little bit more about the application process. So applications open on the 1st of January every year. During the application process, you can then reach out to the Nuffield office or your regional group. So here in Scotland, we're very much here to help support you and guide you through that process. And as such, I run monthly one-to-one drop-in sessions. Applications then close on the 31st of July. Then by early September, we'll see the shortlisting for interviews. And then by mid-September, we usually hold regional mock interviews to really give you a feel and a flavour of what the interview process is like. Then the actual interviews themselves are held in early October. Then by late October, these new scholars are announced. And then finally, by late November, we see the award ceremony, which is when new scholars are awarded their new Nuffield Scholarship. All applications must be received by the Nuffield office on or before the 31st of July 2021 for this year's deadline, which should include both your references as well as your photo and video uploaded. All applications are made in confidence. However, it should be noted that your application will be shown in confidence to representatives of organisations who sponsor many of the Trust's awards, as well as to regional representatives. Scholarships are conferred in October and travelling must be completed within 18 months, during which time the scholar will travel and study for at least 8 weeks in total, and 4 of those weeks are expected to be independent travel. Scholars attend a pre-study briefing in London prior to travelling to their International Contemporary Scholars Conference, which usually takes place in early March, and this is held in association with Nuffield bodies in other countries. The Trust places a very high value on these events, and it's a condition of the application that if you're successful, that you are available to participate in the full briefing programme as well as the Contemporary Scholars Conference. On completion of the study tour, scholars are expected to submit their written report, which is typically between 20 and 30 sides of A4 paper, and consists of approximately 9,000 to 11,000 words. And this must be submitted by the 30th of June, approximately 20 months after selection. Scholars then present their findings at the annual conference held in November, 2 years after being awarded their scholarship, and training is provided for both the report writing as well as the presentation. So let's have a look at the scholarship journey. And this kicks off in late November once you've been awarded your Nuffield Scholarship at the annual conference. And during this time, you'll receive a scholars briefing. Then by January, February, you're expected to develop a study plan. And then by early March, you will attend the pre-CSC in London, as well as the Contemporary Scholars Conference, wherever that might take place around the world. By spring, summer, if you have elected to do a global focus programme, we'll come back to this in a minute, this will then kick off, as will your own study and travel, and that will continue on to the spring of the following year. Then in December, you have the opportunity to attend a report writing training day, and then your final report is due in year 2 on the 30th of June. That same year in September, you'll then receive presentation training, and then in November of that year, you'll be expected to present the findings of your report at the annual Nuffield Farming Conference. So the good news is that help and support is provided along the way, from mentoring through to report writing training and presentation training. You'll also receive an individual report editor. You'll get training on public speaking, social media, media training, as well as support from the Nuffield office through Lindsay and Charlotte, as well as your regional group. So in Scotland, you'll receive support from myself as chair, from Neil McGowan as vice chair, and from Jamie McIntosh as secretary. So now going on to the Global Focus Programme that I mentioned earlier. The Global Focus Programme, or the GFP as it's known, is a tour that offers a unique opportunity for UK scholars to undertake an extra sponsored travel as a member of a small group of international scholars. You get the opportunity to travel for 6 to 7 weeks, spanning 6 different nations. And scholars benefit from exposure to a broad range of agricultural systems in very different political and social environments, all whilst travelling a very close group of individuals from varying backgrounds during a very intense programme. Also, as part of Nuffield, we have the regional groups. These include Anglia, Central, East Midlands, Northern Ireland, Scotland, South East, South West, Wales, and West Midlands. Certainly, as part of the Scotland Regional Group, we have a number of events that take place throughout the year, including our AGM and dinner. We will have farm or cultural visits. We have the annual Royal Highland Show event. We've also hosted events at the Scottish Parliament. We're involved in the mock interview process. And ultimately, it's an amazing network that has a real family atmosphere. There are also the Nuffield farming study groups, which include arable, Beckett, business, dairy, horticulture, soils, sustainable and organic, pig, poultry, beef and sheep, and export. A Nuffield Farming Scholarship is a truly once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so what are you waiting for? We look forward to seeing you in the live drop-in session later this week as part of the Royal Highland Show. Thank you very much.